Hello everyone and welcome to the Trade Ideas live trading room recap for Tuesday, April the 16th. My name is Barry Anderson, moderator of your trading room. Any questions for me, you can use this email address. Now, you can use this link again to get into the trading room. I understand there are still some problems. Now, I think we've identified what the problem is for a lot of people. If you're using Chrome, and you should use Chrome to get into the room, you have to disable the pop-up blocker. All right. I noticed that on Friday when I actually first used the link for the first time to get into sort of the new version of the trading room. And I had to disable my pop-up blocker before I could get in. And I think that is what's causing most of the problems. Once you do that, you should be able to fill in the forms correctly and all that. Okay. And I do apologize for that, but hopefully by the end of this week, there'll be just no issues whatsoever and we'll be clear sailing in the new room. The new room has got a lot of extra features in it and we'll be adding more. So that's why we went to it. And so just bear with us for a while here. Let's see. There's a now the tax relief promo that I thought was going to be over last night at 11:59 looks like it's still alive. All right, so I'm almost 100% sure that it'll be over tonight at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Daylight Time. So tax relief, use as the promo code and all in capital letters, and you'll get 20% off the first month or the entire year of a Trade Ideas subscription. And I open the room at 9 o'clock every day. That's when I start to share my screen, get live on the mic at 9:05. And I go up to 3:30 Mondays to Thursdays and up to 3 o'clock on Fridays. Don't forget, this Friday is Good Friday and the markets are closed. So again, I had to spend a lot of my time just kind of troubleshooting around, trying to get people into the room, helping our support guys who got overwhelmed. The only real decent trade, and that wasn't really that decent, I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, it was just kind of a quick scalp, though it would have turned into a lot better one if I had been able to hold it, was this CNSL. I took the short right here at 1078. I took an immediate bit of profit at 1070, and then when it moved up, I took out here. I wish I'd got back in. I know some people in the room were still in. Fix is one that I did take from Holly that I got stopped out on, and I still like it in terms of the daily. This is why I took it from Holly. I did get stopped out on it, but this is why I liked it. You look at the daily chart and what's not to like. So I will watch this one tomorrow though and see if there's any sort of a follow through. I mean, look at the void on top, or the gap, the void, whatever you want to call it. And if it can continue to fill this, it would be quite something. So I will watch this one tomorrow. And let's see, what else is there? Well, the JMIA, which was sensational yesterday, still pretty darn good. This is an African, one of the very few African stocks that I've seen, based in Africa anyway. Sort of the Alibaba of Africa, or Amazon of Africa, if you want to call it that. And it has done extremely well since its IPO on Thursday. And that's Thursday's action. Friday, it hit over, well, actually, I think it hit 40. Can't see that. There it is. You can just see the top right there, just underneath 40. We're on 39.85. Hard to see that topping tail right there, and it did almost the same. So if it takes that out, I mean, it could keep rolling. The one I keep waiting for, not T-Fund, sorry, it is TUFN, to see if it can do anything similar. Just not quite the same traction as the other one. It IPO'd the day before that. So that's Thursday, Friday, Monday, and just waiting for it to maybe break out also. And it only has about 8 million in the float, so it's very, very low float. Impact probably less, but it just hasn't really broken out. But I'm bound and determined to keep watching this in case it takes out this area. That's why I have an alert right there. See if it can take that out. I mean, it's done okay since its IPO. Actually, the IPO was priced at 14. So, I mean, it's done very well, just not like the JMIA. And later on this week, on Thursday, in fact, I think even maybe tomorrow there might be an IPO. But on Thursday, we have a ton of them. And what to look for, and what I'll do also in this email, I'll put the IPO link. It's just a website that I use. It's nothing to do with Trade Ideas. But you'll see the upcoming IPOs when you click on the calendar. And the interesting thing to look at, though, is to see who is behind the IPOs. In other words, what investment bankers. So you'll see some of them next week or on Thursday, some big ones. I think ZM is one. And I think Goldman's involved, and maybe Morgan Stanley, and a lot of the big guys. So you just have to think that, well, will they support it once? I'm not saying trade it. I rarely trade the IPOs on the day of, but it's always interesting to watch them at the next few days, and especially if some of the big boys are behind them. So that's what I'll be doing. And so the market's closed on Friday, but it'll be interesting to see how they all do on Monday. So I'll stick that link in this email, okay, for you. So that's really about it. I mean, it's a lot of my day was really spent troubleshooting, trying to figure out why people weren't getting into the room. And the other thing I just want to point out also, if you come into the trading room and you're able to get in and you don't see my screen for some reason, first of all, if you use the Chrome, you should be using Chrome as your browser. Go to your browser settings, find the settings, and then click on that and scroll to the bottom of the page where it says advanced, and click on that, and then scroll a little bit down, and where you see hardware accelerator, disable it, all right? Now, for some it doesn't matter, but for some, that is the reason. We get this all the time. People come into the room, they can hear me, and they say, but I can't see your screen. Once they disable the hardware accelerator, everything is good. Again, not everybody has to do it. So it's obviously something to do with, individual video cards and all that. So, but once you do that, it should be clear sailing. All right, I want to get the capture program up here again. So if you have any questions for me, just use this email address. There's the link for the room. I'll open the room tomorrow at 9 o'clock Eastern. Hope to see you there. Bye-bye.